Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 114. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you everything we're working on. We show you some of the challenges we're facing, and we might just give you a glimpse of the future, like tonight. This is Wharf Watch coming in our Pledge Manager next week. This is the show where we never have any technical difficulties, but mostly we hang out with you wonderful members of our community. We share a frosty beverage, and we talk all things tabletop for the next maybe 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Woo! Hey,
challenges?
Chris.
Yeah, we have a lot of challenges, Sarakas.
Every damn day.
Yeah.
Darn day. PG-13
You can't.
daily.
Oh no, we just lost like half our viewers.
The network's gonna cancel us.
No.
No. So what do we? What's going on tonight, Chris? What we got?
Mostly we're looking at everything coming to the Pledge Manager next week. We finished filming our last video. We got all the stuff figured out, and yeah, we're gonna go over just all the new stuff happening next week, and then we're doing a giveaway like an hour-ish in.
What are we giving away?
All of it. $50 Dwarven Forge gift card that is
Woo!
it's available to anybody. It's
International.
international.
It's digital.
Yeah.
It's moon bucks.
You can have that in dollars and euros. Woo! No different news on the reserve yet. We haven't made the list yet. Probably won't be until after the Pledge Manager opens.
100%.
Yeah.
Nothing until the Pledge Manager opens.
Yeah.
So this is, we're going to go over what's to come in the Pledge Manager. We're going to go through the news. We're going to take your questions. That's the fun thing. If you've never watched before, welcome. Do we have any new people here?
Probably.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten the first-time poster.
Hey, Brian and Travis are here.
But
Woo! Finley's here.
it gives a why does Verizon hate Twitch? You have great signal and it's still choppy? That's weird. It's not just choppy on our end, is it?
Well, anyway, if you're new,
Looks fine to me.
feel free to jump in, interact with us. That's why we love this show, because we get a wonderful bunch of ideas and questions and the occasional razzing from you all, and that's why we're here. So feel free to reach out, hop in the chat. Of course, you're also welcome to lurk. Just whatever you do, be nice. We're all a bunch of people. Wonderful, wonderful community. We want to keep it that way. What else? Anything else happening tonight?
I don't think so. This might be an earlier night.
I'm going to bed right now. I know we're both. We're always. I mean,
Hey, Heather Jones is new. That's a first-time chat.
Hey, Heather, welcome. Why the heck are you watching? What brought you here?
Why are you?
I still don't know why anybody watches this show. Does anybody know?
The drama.
Oh, right.
The drama
Tonight,
mostly.
A dramatic scene.
Yeah.
Chris and Nate are tired. Again.
Very. I don't know what it is today. Yeah.
The burritos.
Mm-hmm.
So, should we go to our favorite segment? There's nothing else to do.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Look at that. I'm in the dramatic dark light.
I need to update this board.
You need to do what?
I need to update this board.
Hey, look at that.
Are you?
This is my Chris Angel.
Mind
I'm
freak.
gonna levitate. Oh no, yeah.
Are you mind freak?
I'm gonna mind freak here.
Okay.
It's pretty
Well,
amazing.
let's just go to the news.
It's the news! You got me. I'm going. I can't do it. He ruined the news. That was really good comedic timing, Chris. I appreciate it. News.
I just wanted that to stop.
That was awesome. What's in the news, Chris?
And also an excuse to center your camera.
No,
What's in
fair.
the news? Not really anything new that we didn't say last week. Still on track to launch on the 2nd for Pledge Manager.
Is it the first time we've ever been on time for a thing we said we were going to do?
I mean, after we delayed it, yeah.
Fair.
Keep in mind, initially we were saying mid-April or early April. This Kickstarter is like at least 8 months, like launched at least 8 months after we
Oh,
wanted.
at least. It's like a year. It was like...
I wasn't sure how early we ever told them we were doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, all the other stuff, all the restocks are still. We've still got the July restock and the October restock. You can see those on the site. We've got a reserve release happening on Flag Day, which is June 14th.
Yeah.
We don't have the list for that yet. We still need to put that together, but we probably won't have time to put that together until after Pledge Manager opens.
It's going to be a spicy reserve release. There's a
'Cause
bunch of Caverns Deep stuff in there. It's going to be some fun bits.
Oh, Matter Bot Assist. It was, man, yeah, if the earliest we ever told you guys was fall 2022, nah. That might be the earliest publicly we said it.
Yeah, no, we were trying to launch in like February of last year.
We wanted 2021, didn't we?
I don't know. That's all. Well, then we did Reliquaries. I don't know.
We did Reliquaries because we were like, yeah, we're not going to make 2021.
Yeah. And we ended up, we got 2020. What year did we, wait, we just finished it in 2023?
It's 2023.
All right, well, right.
Yeah.
So this Pledge Manager is really on time, I'm going to say, based on that.
All that considered. You meant
Wait till the
21?
next one. That is, we're doing
Wait
3
till
more
that.
this year. No.
I don't think we're ever going to have production delays as bad as we got with Lowtown.
No.
Because I don't think we're never going to
Wildlands?
have to completely rework our entire production flow. That was really what it was. It was like, oh, we have to transform our space. We have to make our own prototypes. That was like the thing that really got us.
And engineer them and put biscuit holes and
We had to
Okay,
we had to drastically overhaul our in-house production capabilities, which was months of just learning the skills to do that, and then making all of our prototypes was a lot slower than when we used to have the factory do it in the past.
Well, and they all engineered with biscuit holes and things, and Miles went bonkers and did a lot of fine work.
Yeah. But
Everybody
now that
was
we've done
maces
this,
casting.
we we don't have to take that much time to get it like started up, and also we can be doing like the prototyping and stuff for Hightown now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in a way better spot now because we've made that part of our company. It just had startup time to get that stuff going. So all that stuff is general. If you haven't heard yet, then in August we're gonna try out GameFound. We decided we're gonna try out GameFound with a Wildlands like reorder campaign. Basically, we want to place a huge restock order that will get that entire all what we consider the core sets of Wildlands into the store, and we're gonna put that. We're gonna give everybody a chance to basically make a pre-order on all that restock stuff through GameFound, so we can also try out that platform and learn it more before we run a bigger project through there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's exciting. I'm excited to try out GameFound. I'm excited to give people access to a bunch of these sculpts that we haven't been able to do a recast on yet. Another restock. So it'll be fun. Get some new, get some Wildlands out into the wild. More Wildlands in the wild. More wild.
Yeah, and then
Wildlands.
outside of that, sci-fi is going well. Hightown is going well. We've been like pushing into like let's get our like infrastructure to a point where we can work on multiple things at a time, and that seems to be working.
3 projects sort of pushing forward. We'll see who jockeys to the front and how it all kind of times out. But yeah. Oh, it's pretty exciting. As we're expanding and getting better as a team, our capabilities are growing because we're figuring out how to maximize a larger group of people. It's fantastic. Getting all these cats all running in the same direction is like is a challenge.
Well, the nice thing is we're letting the cats run in different directions at the same time.
But they're all pulling the same sleigh.
What? Okay, so what is the sleigh?
Dwarven Forge is the sleigh, and the cats are chained to the sleigh.
I was viewing each project as its own sleigh, I guess. And so like sci-fi would be a sleigh, Hightown would be a sleigh. But this makes it seem like
Dwarven Forge is the sleigh.
This makes it seem like this makes it seem like the cats are the projects now. Like sci-fi is a cat now.
The cats have backpacks with the projects on them.
I don't. And then why do we need the cat?
Well, because they're hard to herd. Because the cats like to run in circles, but once you tie them to a sleigh, they have to pull the sleigh.
There's no need for this.
No. Well, it's really, like I said, we're figuring out how to make analogies better and really figuring out how to have effective use of analogies to drive ourselves forwards in all at the same time in multiple directions, but all going forward in multiple directions, like a bunch of cats. All right, this stream's over.
This is how cats work. Completely forgot what we were.
Can you imagine having to like pitch a business plan for Dwarven Forge and be like,
It's abysmal. We shouldn't be allowed to exist.
and these are the people going to run it. It's going to be great.
It's ridiculous that we exist. These are not beans on the board behind me. These are literally, this is the key for all the lights on the grid, so that if you're using the light board that's next to me, you know which light is going to be on which slider, basically. And I'm not drinking a tall boy. This is yerba mate energy drink. It's my third one of the day. Caffeine doesn't affect me, so I don't even know why I'm doing it. It's more out of habit than anything. I don't. It doesn't make me feel more energetic.
You know, we really do need
something healthier.
No, forget that.
Oh,
That's too hard. We need a bean board. We need right. So we have that little spot behind you, right?
Yeah.
So we could just put like a little something on there, like a little teasery. Who knows what's what, right? There's a bunch of blank space behind you, dead space there. We got a little bean board. You ever see Games Workshop does the rumor generator, the something they just post every couple of weeks in email. They send like a little snippet of a model or something. You can't really tell what it is, but it's like just enough to get people fired up. We could do it on the bean board. We could put a little something.
Wow.
So then they can enhance and they can get some beans behind your shoulders.
I could just make stuff up, so none of it's even actually beans.
Yeah, make a chart. Just put a whiteboard and just draw like some nonsense on there. It's a bean board.
Okay. Yeah, there are new things coming in the Pledge Manager. News-wise, hey. 3 of the 8 videos we're making for the Pledge Manager, for Lowtown going into the Pledge Manager, are up. The third one just went up today. That's a double high. We did 2 hands-on videos we did them for double high, and we did them for urban elevation, which are 2 systems that we get a lot of questions about. So it's like we need to have thorough demos on these things. Yeah. And then the Riverside Mill walkthrough, which is the new landmark that uses the water wheel. That one also went up. We've got 5 more videos coming.
What are the other 5 videos we have coming?
A hands-on video all about the floor roll and all the stuff you can do with the floor roll, because it turns out that piece is almost a system in itself.
Who knew it was going to be such an all-star?
Yeah.
It really. I hadn't even thought of doing the reverse mezzanine thing that you did with it.
In the double high video.
Yeah. There's some of the good stuff with it. All right. So we got floor roll.
Ground cover. A hands-on for the ground cover, which goes over.
What does it cover?
Ground.
Okay.
It goes over all the terrain trays, the battle board, and then the sculpted ground tiles. And it's just kind of like, these are all the ways these things work, and the little tricks you can do with those. Mace and Hamster are here.
And you know what? Mace's parents should come in next week.
That's true.
Yeah. We got to do something. I don't know. We can lock the office doors.
I was hoping to see Lowtown at Gen Con. We'll probably have some there.
Yeah.
We're going to be at Gen Con.
Yes. We will be there.
So we'll have it there. I don't know. We don't entirely know what our display is going to look like yet, but there will definitely be some Lowtown.
It's a party.
Michelle's here too. All right. Michelle's usually here though.
Yeah.
Mason Hamster is a pleasant surprise. The problem with locking the doors is that I have the key. What? Oh, it's the new desk. Got it.
So what are the other videos? So we got hands-on ground cover.
Yeah, ground cover, floor
roll.
A non-city compatibility video.
Can we tell them what we show, what the demo builds are?
Sure. We did a swamp build. Where it's like, oh, you want to do like some raised buildings like over a swamp and stuff like that?
Yes, I do.
Using the pilings. There is a mountain quarry build. Quarry.
A lot of questions in the mountain.
That's mostly about like using the scaffolding to build like natural paths or like natural ways up, like building out like a mountain geometry and then using scaffolding and other stuff to connect it. And
any non-wilderness stuff? We got anything else to offer?
Sewers. Sewers.
It's gonna be a hit.
Yes.
Diving deep.
Is there a logistics reason you don't sell material? Part of it is our stuff is very heavy and awkward to carry around if you buy it at the space, and it's also
hard for us. We gotta haul it in from the van
Yeah.
Morning pain in the ass. We have to have the right things there and whatever. B, then you have to haul it around at a convention. C, we then have to run point of sale, and it's a whole thing, and it ties up at least one or two people that are then doing that. And then
I think the
don't
biggest
remember the
thing-
other reason.
I think the biggest thing is the taxes.
Oh, there's a tax thing.
Yeah. It's if we physically sell product in a different state, it opens up like a whole bunch of tax things that I don't understand and we just don't want to
We have
bother
to
with.
charge sales tax forever for anything we ever sell there on the internet. And
Which would mean then we'd have to start differentiating. Okay, so if we're shipping to
Yeah, it's
a state that we've done a convention in that we sold stuff at, now we've got to like separate that from the other. It's a lot.
Yeah. It would be neat if we sold sets.
We
there.
would
We've
have to
done some in the
do
past.
a lot more. We'd have to do a lot more conventions where we were selling physical stuff for it to be worth it for us, I think.
But Mace has a massive convention plan. She's got
Yes.
a master plan, a scheme.
We are planning to start hitting conventions a lot harder than we have in the past, and I think it's going to be a very good thing. I don't know if that means we'll eventually sell physical things there differently or not, but yeah, don't sell anything, give it away. That's what we do. We usually we have a little piece
away.
or something that we'll give people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other
Free hugs.
then the last video outside of those 3 hands-on videos, well, compatibility is not really hands-on, but it's
Hey,
is the walkthrough for the Wharf Watch, which we got there.
Wharf Watch.
Oh, and then like a how to use the Pledge Manager video that has all the info that we're basically going to go over tonight.
But it'll be more succinct.
It'll be more succinct. Yeah.
Chris won't get interrupted by some numbskull.
Yeah. I thought reliquaries were promoted as something to sell at cons.
They were.
They were.
And then Jay said we can't sell things at cons. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we do start selling things at cons, reliquaries will be right up there.
Dude, seriously, at every one of these things,
Mega
reliquaries
Man.
stop, they turn heads.
Mega Man 2X, two times, double Mega Man, Mega Man. Yes, today basically we figured it out today.
Tyler
Yeah.
masterminded some schemage.
So yeah, like that info is on the way, and we're gonna talk about it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to arm you all with the knowledge that you need for the Pledge
Yeah.
Manager. To
'Cause
destroy
knowledge is-
the Pledge Manager.
Because knowledge
Take no
is power.
prisoners.
Real trick is to find a convention where we won't get sales tax and sell reliquaries there as a test. That's true.
Yeah.
We need to go to a convention in the Cayman Islands.
Ooh, Switzerland too. Isn't that a thing?
Switzerland? Yeah, there's no taxes in Switzerland.
New Hampshire.
I don't think that's true.
There's
New
no
Hampshire?
taxes. Yeah.
That's actually probably it.
Yeah.
We
And
go
you
to
can sell
New Hampshire.
fireworks too.
We don't get
can-
taxed, and we don't have to wear seatbelts.
Michelle
What's
can do a fireworks display with the pieces that we're selling.
There is no sales tax in Oregon. That's true. We could go to Pergy,
What's Pergy?
Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It's mostly video games. It'd probably be a weird thing for us to be there, but
I mean, we went to PAX.
I also just really like PRG. PAX does have like tabletop stuff though.
Facts.
Pergy doesn't really.
PAX at PAX.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will sort this out. Right now, we could have a Pledge Manager open.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's basically everything. We might as well just get into the Pledge Manager stuff, right? I can't think of anything else.
Any other news?
Yeah, not that I can think of. We went through the restock stuff. We went through general stuff.
Some news. I played my first game of Warhammer, and it was awesome.
Oh yeah, I guess we had our game
And
day
I got
2 days ago.
smoked by Hamster.
Yeah.
Like 20, it's like 24 points to 12. or
Hamster just
something.
can't win on camera.
Just yeah. No,
Off camera,
just
Hamster's great.
devastating. Like just coming in cutthroat. There was blood in his eyes. He was just like savagely like a master tactician. That guy is a madman. Do not. Also, don't play Scythe against him. Also, he wins at that too. He wins at everything. If you're not running a camera, he wins. If you're running a camera, I think he loses on purpose on camera to like so he can be a sympathetic character.
He's definitely
Yeah.
somebody who is more concerned about putting on a good show and not wanting the other person to feel bad than he cares about winning.
Yeah.
Especially when we're making content.
Well, he doesn't even care about winning when the camera's not on. He's just so good that he always wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's more in his head about like being entertaining than he
Yeah.
is about like I'm gonna.
When he's on camera, he wants to make sure it's a fun
Yeah.
ride for everybody. And then when camera's off, he just wants to make sure it's a fun ride for everybody. And also,
Why did he
he's a
lose on camera
devious tactician.
Why did he lose on camera when it was a team? He sacrificed himself so you wouldn't have to. That was he literally
Yeah.
did that for you, Mace. Like that is, he did that for you. So like that, it just backs up what we were saying more.
Wow.
Like
He is, he won our very first our first Magic Dwarven Forge Magic Draft.
Mm.
Hamster crushed it with just a short sword. He drafted all the right. Like he's devious. That guy sees connections. And, yeah. Although
Yeah.
now, if we had a steel cage match, Hamster versus Toby in Magic, I don't know. I'd like to see that.
A steel cage match?
Steel cage match with Magic cards of Toby versus Hamster.
What would that change about the game of Magic in this case? Because I do love the idea of them getting in the ring and they lower the cage down and they just sit at a table and play Magic.
Yeah, maybe every time you lose life, you get a paper cut from the card or something. You know, like, until you're
like between the,
yeah,
like,
between
the
your
webbing of the
fingers. Yeah.
Oh God,
Ooh,
no!
Oh yeah. Because you got 20 life, right? So between each of your fingers and toes, and once you run out of webbing, you're dead. And also, you kind of want to be dead at that point.
I have terrible news.
Yeah.
You have 5 fingers and 5 toes. That means there's only 4 connectors.
Maybe you only have
16.
4 bits of webbing. You cut twice of the thumb. You get two spots here, and then the big toe thumb, whatever.
All right. Well,
We don't need to count here at Dwarven Forge. We're artists.
No, if we hadn't driven people away when he got vulgar.
All right.
All right.
What are we? All right. What are we?
Why don't we start? Yes. Why don't we start doing the thing we're supposed to do
All right.
tonight?
Oh, you know what we also have? Speaking of Toby, he did a little witchcraft or warlockery.
Witches really do have the coolest name for their magic.
Yeah. Instead of like wizardcraft.
Where did he get that dagger? He gave it away.
The Doofer dagger.
Yeah.
It
The
arrived mysteriously.
the community.
There was no anthrax in the package. It was great.
Yeah. That you know of.
Yeah. He did a light puck program. So we made a whole bunch of designs. By we, I mean Janet and Letitia made a whole bunch of designs for light puck covers. He took one of them and did a cool light puck program for it. Something maybe we'll throw into Hightown or whatever. But I thought it was really cool. He just finished it like 45 minutes before we went live. I was like, oh, we got to show that off because it's fun. And I, as they noticed last week, I really like staring at flashing lights. So maybe we'll do that right after the midpoint of the giveaway.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we get into the thick of it?
All right. So what's the thick of it? Oh, the Pledge Manager. Yes, we're in the
Yes.
thick of it. We're in the heart. We're in the dark heart of the Pledge Manager. So next week, May 2nd, we're going to start Tuesday. We start sending out invitations to the Pledge Manager. Pledge Manager is essentially an online store for our Kickstarter. So if you missed it, if you didn't know, if you've been under a rock made of Dwarvenite, or maybe a rock not made of Dwarvenite, that's what we don't know. We ran a Cities Untold Lowtown Kickstarter, which wrapped up, 8 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, something. And
It has been almost 2 months.
Wow.
It wrapped up February 28th.
So now we're about to open up the Pledge Manager, where you get to actually finalize your orders, right? You go in, you give us your shipping information, you say, this is the pledge I want, these are all the additional sets I want, and check out, and it's going to be awesome. You get to peruse, you get to agonize over what am I going to get? Is it this, is it that, is it the other, all the above. You get to look at spreadsheets, people start sweating it. It's fun. We have a bunch of new sets in there. We have a new district. A couple new things in there to just give you even more options to make the spreadsheets even harder. But the key is you kind of have to figure out what you want to get, and it's a little tricky too because you're trying to figure out what do we need for physical stuff, and you can't actually touch it or play with it. But we will be here. We will do a Q&A stream next Wednesday, so we can answer some of your questions there. We'll probably have to do another one right before it closes or something. Further.
I think we'll definitely. Let me check. When is?
Hopefully all these videos, we have a bunch of video content that will help you. We have the microsite that will help
There
you.
were a couple.
We have spreadsheets. We have the Discord. We have a bunch
I
of
bet. Yeah, so May 31st is 2 days before the Pledge Manager closes, and so I bet that will also be a Q&A like pledge helper system. The microsite is going to be updated with all the new stuff. The microsite is still going to be used and is going to have new things added to it. Like the microsite is going to still be the best place to get all the information on the thing.
Letitia's prepped a whole bunch of changes for it, including there'll be a page of, hey, what's new, like on one page, easy to find. All the sets will be updated. The links will be updated. It'll still be a great resource.
Yeah.
And there's Discord. There's a microsite. There's Kickstarter comments, I guess, if you need And we'll be on the air. You can always ask us each week if you got some questions.
And yeah, because the pledge manager isn't going to be great for like storing a lot of information and stuff on it. So the microsite will still be very useful in terms of understanding the systems and all that.
Mega Man put it well, right? This is the most difficult Kickstarter in terms of understanding what I want or need.
Well, it's like the most pieces we've had, and there's more systems we've ever had, and it's all very complicated. And it's difficult.
The hope is that by having a variety of landmarks and districts, each with alternate builds, is that it can give you an idea, not 100% precisely all the things, but like, okay, I want to kind of build things like that or something of that scale or in that style, and you can look at the recipe for those and say, okay, it's using these sets, so this is the kind of thing I want to focus on. Oh man, I like this one also. Hey, these sets are the same. These ones are different, so I'm going to definitely get these ones or whatever, and why not? So hopefully you can use those as kind of a roadmap to help you figure out what you need. We also did some sample builds, right? I think that page will hopefully be helpful. Toby and Miles jammed out a bunch of different sample builds that are like, hey, here are these 8 sets or these 3 sets or this pledge plus these sets, wherever. They give you, once again, a sense of kind of scale and style so you can hopefully figure it out. Or you can just carpet bomb and get as big a set as you can and hope that it's enough. Right. When in doubt, just throw money at the problem.
And so, I don't know, it's been 1 week since you looked at me. It's been difficult to like just try and communicate everything just because so much of this is, and there's so many use cases, like we literally can't cover every single use case just because
we're still discovering some.
Yeah, well, there's too many things for us to do a video that covers literally everything. So we're doing these extra hands-on videos to try and cover the systems that we just didn't have time to make supporting content for before we launched.
Well, I think that'll be a start. Like the urban elevation and double high hands-on videos, I think will help shore up some of that.
Yeah.
And we could potentially make a couple more sample builds or something during the pledge manager if there's still a bunch of questions coming in or whatever. Yeah. We're gonna do our best to try and help you have as much info you need so that you can feel pretty confident when you close out your order.
Yeah, we really tried. I mean, I don't know. We tried to supply as much flexibility as we could. The listing for every landmark and district has like an alternative build on it, so you can see what it looks like with other stuff. And just between, there's only so much simplifying that we can do just with the nature of how complicated this product is.
But here's also one other piece of good news is the way we design this is component sets, so which are hopefully inherently something that are restockable. So I think this is probably going to be our most restockable or most restocked Kickstarter because we designed it to be easy for us to restock. So if you did miss out on something or you get your thing, you're like, man, I wish I had some more scaffolding or I wish I had more roofs or I wish I had more of this, chances are very high that it will be pretty easy to get that stuff in the web store. So also there's that short window between when you get your pledge and then when we put the first batch of stuff, whatever's left over, into the web store. So you can frantically play in those couple of weeks, play with your stuff, figure out what you're missing, and you can kind of swoop in right when the dregs go up onto the web store. Is also one immediate window to get some stuff if you miss something.
Yeah, you can close out orders multiple times. You can close out and check out whatever you want, and then add more. There is a date where we have to like lock it. Although even at that point, sometimes we can still help if you contact customer service. But basically, after June 2nd is the only time where you won't be able to go back in and add more if you would like.
Yeah.
So
if you close your order, if it's before June 2nd, so Pledge Manager is going to run May 2nd and June 2nd. If it's the middle of May, you've closed your thing and you realize, oh man, I forgot to add a thatched roof pack or whatever, email us. We can unlock it and get you back in before June 2nd.
Any chance to be able to cover a decent sized store stock along with the Cult Chaos fulfillment?
We're hoping.
Maybe it'd be nice. It depends on like, because we really aren't going to know the final cost of what it's going to take to get it here until like the order's actually happening. Because I mean that was the thing like with Wildlands, right? It's like with Wildlands, what we wanted to do was get a lot of store stock, but pandemic stuff hit. Shipping wound up being
It
8
was
times.
all over the place.
Shipping wound up costing 8 times more than
No joke.
it was supposed to. Literally 8 times.
Well,
Like,
then we had a double round trip to Germany, and like we had.
yeah, the stuff
Oh.
in Germany happened, and we had to send the stuff back and forth and like pay all these other costs. Like a lot of
It
stuff
was an
happened.
adventure.
It was funny because like with Wildlands, we went into Wildlands in September 2020 or August 2020, being like, well, at least the worst of the pandemic has happened, and then no,
Past us.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get as much as we can for the web store, so hopefully it won't be like. I mean, Wildlands evaporated. It hit the web store, and it was just.
It was the biggest store day we had ever had by
Yeah.
a lot.
It was everything was
Like
just gone.
like literally
It was
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That yeah. So yeah. The answer is yes. We're going to try.
Yep.
Any
do our
chance that
best.
reliquary artifact toppers will be resurrected one day?
Yes.
It's always on our minds.
Yep.
Just trying to find a good way to do it.
There's a chance. There's always, and you know, some of these things take a while, right? Like that Necromancer drawbridge from Castles ended up in Hellscape like 5 years later.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, the Myrmidon from Hellscape, thanks to somebody, got resurrected in
The
Wildlands.
thatched roof was initially Wildlands.
Zaltar's throne was from Castles. I don't know. There's pieces floating around that are, yeah, stuff in the archive that at some point make it out,
Yeah.
and sometimes doesn't.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Nothing tops off like that desert Kickstarter, like a bunch of reliquaries toppers, right?
Grinning Fool reserve release news is basically like it's going to be June 14th, Flag Day, unless something happens. We won't be able to get the list together until after the Pledge Manager launches because we're focused on that right now, and then we'll get the stuff together. But we just gotta get to next week. Michelle says mini dungeon from cities.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You know, she also sculpted 2x2.
A little dungeon to put in that dungeon.
No, that would have been that. She's not that mad. She's as mad as they come, but not that mad. She did little 2x2 tiles, corner and wall, that were like 2 millimeters square. Or something. They were too small to like actually be able to do anything with. But there was like, so that was the assembled dungeon, but there were the actual component pieces to go with that too that she sculpted. It was ridiculous and adorable. Yeah, it was outrageous. Yeah. She is the original dark sorceress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to the Pledge Manager.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to help people figure out what they need. We're going to make it harder by adding some more stuff. Let's go over that stuff. Is that something I plan?
Yeah. What's the new stuff that's going in?
Glad you asked, Chris. I don't happen to have it just queued up on my laptop here. All right. So we've got a new, this is in random order as sent by Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. We have the new Urban Elevation Half Arches pack, which consists of not 1, not 2, not 4, but 8 of. You want to go to the
Do we
close
want to do
boy?
it? Okay, let's go to it.
Oh man, I gotta come back.
See, another scene Warf
I
Watch
gotta
early.
get close on the close boy.
Now we've blown the whole thing.
Blown your cover.
The entire back half of the stream's not going to be any fun now. There you go.
How can we? Ooh, hey, where's my? All right, we got it's 8 of these
you go.
guys, right, which you can stick together and do that nice bit.
Why don't we just
It does not
get
have
off
the
of Nate's
biscuit roll
profile
fillers,
here.
but it's 8 of these guys, which is
Oh, well.
which is a delightful pack. That's that's a Rabbit Burner special. Rabbit Burner's got too many specials, but it's the kind of thing that he would want a lot of because
Rabbit Burner's here.
they're awesome. Yeah. You know what I correct me if I'm wrong, Rabbit. You painted your Shrine Luminor to match the Callantir runes, right? I'm following the same thing. I just painted the base of my my Calathar that in the Callantir ruins paint style. So I think I'm
Yes,
doing
he did.
exactly what he did. Yeah. Amazing. All right, so we got Half Arches pack. Guess how much it's going to cost? Wrong.
What could it cost? $10?
Yeah, no. No, definitely wrong. 53 painted, 33 unpainted for 8 of those bad boys.
Oh yeah.
As well as it's got a couple of like biscuits and because who doesn't want some biscuits?
Mm-hmm.
I totally followed Hamster's Ruin recipe. This is exactly right. Rabbit nose. I just did everything rabbit did, but on a smaller scale. All right, so we also have good old 8-A195. It's a good one, right? It's the wooden. You ever hear Tyler and Jay talk
Just do skews. Yeah.
when they just start speaking skew, and everyone's like, "What is going on?" It's like
It's
yeah.
very funny because I'll just say like, yeah, the Fieldstone balcony pack. You'd be like, I have no idea what that means. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
but if you go-
the words I'm saying
Oh.
literally describe the pieces that are in the pack.
8-A201. He's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, of course, the Fieldstone wall spacer bag. Yeah, and why didn't you say so? And they're like, I don't know.
8A195.
Yeah, so
You know that's a name of Elon's kid.
so the wooden corner post filler pack, which was by popular demand, by backer demands. It's that really cool corner post filler that Michelle did that you can flip around and you can fill the groove in the corner posts. That was the thing that people said they didn't bother them, and then when we were showing this, they're like, man, the one thing that still bothers us is that thing, so we made a filler for you. It was a good idea, and Michelle made a really clever way. You can flip it around. It's awesome.
Just a
So
bunch of those fillers.
people wanted more, right? We had them as a stretch goal, but if you didn't want to burn your stretch goal, your treasure chests on those things, we made a pack of them.
Yeah.
It has a bazillion. I think it has 8. It has 12, a dozen, just shy of a baker's dozen. An unleaded regular dozen, 36 painted, 21 unpainted. It's going to be it's a
Unleaded
popular
regular.
fit.
You mixed gas and baking.
What?
An unleaded regular dozen.
Yeah, it's it's how
Okay.
it goes.
All right.
Bakers use gas. It's how you cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Been
but
there.
you don't want to use the leaded gas because then it makes the food taste like poison. Then we've got this is a good one. 8-A196. Now it's heating up. Yeah, we're getting close to
This
the
one's
200.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lowtown filters and overlays. So this has the 3 new Phantasmal filters, which we showed last week on the Anvil. It feels like last night, honestly. Including the dank water, which we kept the name because he said it was awesome. That's a
Yes,
Chris special.
absolutely.
You left your mark, Chris.
Finally, the one thing I've done for this company.
You did it. You've arrived. Dank water and all. So we got those 3 new Phantasmal filters, as well as some water current overlays, which we're still working out, but we'll have it figured out before we launch next in 6 days, which were a backer suggestion. I think that was Paul Hostetler suggested we do water current overlays. So we got some fun overlays. So there's a big old pack of overlays, $20. The end.
$20.
$20.
Nice.
American.
Each?
Total.
Total.
For the whole thing, with an unknown number of
Are we
filters
doing
in it,
square
so
ones
I don't
too,
know.
or are they just
That may
rounds?
change because I was just messing with don't tell Tyler.
Are we just doing rounds for this one, or they got squares?
No,
You got squares too?
no,
Cool.
we don't.
So
we
it's
ha-
3 rounds and 3 squares? Or
No, it's so we have cat-shaped filters and sleigh-shaped filters.
I hate this.
And we have round filters for the. What's going on tonight? We have round filters for the light puck, like this. This is not one of them, but it's like this. And then we're gonna have strange shaped filters, abnormal. They're like, I think a lozenge. I don't know. I'm still working it out, but it's like a kind of a maybe a square with rounded corners, or like a trapezoid with rounded corners, or a lozenge. I'm not entirely sure. They're a little organic, but the water current overlays. So they're for
Got it.
for putting
Okay.
on the water to give some ripples around your docks and stuff. And we're trying to work out stuff that can work in the rivers too for wildlands. If you throw them in the river, you put some rocks in there and does a thing, and ripples. So I don't know.
Okay.
So not square, and probably not a circle. So an other.
You know, it could.
What could?
It'd be interesting to see if we could make the effects. When we were playing Free Blades, it's like, oh, I can lay like a watery terrain effect, and I'm like, hey, and it's up to 6 inches in any dimension. I was like, oh, that round like whirlpool
Yeah, it'd be
thing is
perfect.
exactly 6 inches. So I just dropped that down. I'm like,
Huh.
if these could also double
I
as
was looking at
potential,
a
like
5x5, which is an odd number, but I
even
mean,
outside of that, I'm just thinking like if we could
yeah,
think like, oh, maybe we could like if they could be something that could be useful as like
interesting.
laying on a battlefield
Interesting.
effect. Yeah, spell effects. Yeah, like a spell effect or AOE
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know.
Paul Hofstetler's here. We were just talking about you. The
I don't
water
know- I
current
don't know- I
overlays.
don't-
They're in
I
the
don't-
works.
I don't know enough.
No,
No, I don't know enough about what the designs are to speak on it.
we don't know. We're working it out. But we'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Round is a circle. So anyway, so we got a pack of those filters. It's gonna be cool. Also, will probably look good on your light panel. Also, your light puck. Also, just standalone.
Mhm.
Lots of options. I love this little flashy, colorful graphics.
And
All right.
how?
Guess what's next? These are kind of
A197?
anticlimactically unexciting.
A197?
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah. Oh,
That's
you,
not the one
you
you're doing
speak
it- so
skew.
you're
You're
not going
fluent.
order?
You've gained fluency in
Speak skew.
skew. We have a Fieldstone Grand Promenade floor. So we
This is
readjusted.
exciting.
It is exciting. It's not like a brand new thing, but it's a revision to existing. So we revised the Fieldstone
Narrow
floor, the
floors.
narrow, how we were approaching
Yeah.
the narrow floor specs. They didn't match with everything else. It was too hard to get the bits. So we have the floors with the Grand Promenade pack, which is just like the wood one. It's 2x4 floors with some of the banister corner these guys. Oh, we can't see it. And we have, that thing is 21 unpainted, 36 painted. And we have the Fieldstone narrow walls and post pack, which has, we upped the count. We took out the 2x4s out of there because they're in the promenade, and we upped the number of solid narrow walls. I think also up the number of window walls. I gotta double check it.
There are
Because it was the
going-
only way to get those
There are
walls.
going to be listings with pictures and piece breakdowns for these
Yeah.
on the microsite extremely soon. So
mean, I could tell you
don't
what it
worry
is if you
don't
want.
worry about feeling like you need to like frantically write this stuff down right now or like hold on to it. It's gonna be on the microsite very soon.
4 2x2 Fieldstone floors, 6 narrow Fieldstone solid walls, 4 narrow Fieldstone window walls, 2 narrow clear window panes, well, all the window panes, 2x, and then 12 Fieldstone corner posts and 8 biscuit pegs. So you can get some of those new remastered corner posts and whatnot. We have, by popular demand, the rustic wood and the Fieldstone wall spacer packs. We made those spacer packs. We talked about them last week. They are rounding up. We've got the brand new full-size spacers, which we show in the double high video, which is live, right? People can go check that out.
Just
see
want
those in
to
action.
if you're one of the people who has not had trouble understanding why we make spacers and stuff, that video will show you all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wall spacer packs have, basically they've got 8 half spacers, 4 full-size spacers, 2 solid walls, 4 double high corner posts and some biscuits. And one's in Fieldstone, one's in rustic wood. So it gives you the double high corner posts you're going to need. It gives you spacers. It also gives you a couple of solid walls because you're going to need something to fill out the rest of your walls. And chances are very high one of those walls is going to be solid. So we're giving you a couple extra because they're hard to get in here. It makes those packs complete. Last we've got the new Fieldstone Core Cathedral walls and post pack. This was another request from you guys. You're like, hey, we want more of those lion portcullis arches. Can you give them to us with something else that we want that was hard to get? How about Abbey window walls? So we got 4 Abbey window walls, 2 of the Fieldstone double door walls, 2 Fieldstone lion portcullis walls, 2 of the metal bar inserts, and 12 corner posts. So another walls and post pack has joined the fray. I don't know how much that one costs. That is about $93, I think. Is it in here? Oh yeah, no, it's not on here. I don't know. It's mystery. Must be free. We have the. Oh man, I don't know how this is. We got the Tower Extensions pack, which we talked about. I think we launched this at the end of the Kickstarter, right? So it's not brand new to the Pledge Manager.
Which thing?
Tower extensions. We have it's just a couple of
Oh yeah.
these upper tower.
There's a couple of these.
bits.
Yeah, there were a couple packs that we announced like in the last 2
Yeah.
days.
The Grand
Like
Library
the
dressing was in
bookcase.
that.
Yeah.
Curtains and rugs dressing pack. What was the other one that we missed? I feel like I had one on here that we didn't talk about that we just known. Narrow window dressing. Did we talk about that?
No,
So we
not
made this,
tonight.
We made the new. We made new. Michelle jammed out at the last minute. Narrow rustic shutters for the narrow windows because they look so much better with some dressing. So we have a pack that rounds up a bunch of those, and the narrow armored shutters. It's getting some of Michelle's greatest window hits all in one place. What are the quantities of this thing? You know, this spreadsheet's about 1,000 rows long.
There's a lot of stuff.
We have a lot of stuff.
We
window
shouldn't
dressing.
make anything this big again.
4 armored shutters, the narrow
Ignore me.
ones. 8 open rustic shutters, the narrow ones, and then 4 of each narrow window pane. Boom. And that's about 47 painted and 23 unpainted, I think? No, 43, 44 painted? I don't have the exact pricing on this one. About 44 painted, about 23 unpainted, something like that. Woo! I think those are all the new packs. Does anybody know of any new packs that we didn't mention? Baby shutters, do.
Oh yeah, the narrow spacers. Since we don't have double high narrow walls, we kind of decided against doing narrow
Not yet,
spacers.
yeah.
But you know what?
It'd be nice.
If we do end up doing double high narrows in Hightown, and we make like narrow ashlar spacers or something, since we're planning to like remaster Tudor in there, it'd be pretty easy to make like a narrow wooden spacer to go with that, which would then
Which
be
can then work for
which would then be
rustic.
backwards compatible
Yeah, so we'd
with
just
the
be
rustic wood.
fieldstone, Cheyenne fieldstone.
And maybe we could throw that in there somehow. Who
yeah.
knows? So I don't know. Maybe
should.
maybe Hightown. Maybe. After Hightown releases, what will Cities 3 in 2030 look like?
I like how you think. I don't know.
What other building stuff could we do?
There's a lot we can do.
There's a lot we could do.
fantasy
There's so many
stuff.
different aesthetics, but I think just
Yeah.
in terms of thinking like
Ruins. Everything in ruins. Ruin the city.
that's fair.
Bring it down. Bring it to
I
its
feel like that would be a
knees.
smaller campaign. Hopefully.
Yeah. I don't
Everything
know.
should be a smaller campaign after this one.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Midtown was the original cities.
And it's split high and low.
Oh god, that's a lot
Here it
of
comes. Can't wait.
that's a lot of suggestions.
Yay.
I
All
can't
right,
do
so
this.
then
Yep.
we also have, there's more, Chris, there's more, buckle up. We also have 2 new pledge levels.
Oh yeah.
popular
yeah,
demand.
Yeah.
We have not the single, not the double, but the triple landmark. It's official, triple landmark coming soon to a pledge manager near you.
Boom.
So if you want to get 3 landmarks at one low price of $1,690 painted, and the sum of them minus $45 unpainted, you can. The unpainted price is a little awkward, but that's how it works.
Just it's the nature of like
We couldn't
it's the nature
get the
it's the
unpainted
nature of
ones
us
to be the
still
same
trying
cost.
to make pledge levels out of the sample builds.
Yeah.
It's just the nature. It's just yeah.
But you can get 3 unpainted landmarks, add them together, take $45 off that price, and you get yourself a triple landmark bundle with all the appropriate stretch goals.
Yeah.
Woo! And then if you want
Quad
to go big,
landmark.
big,
Don't
big,
you
big,
dare. Don't you dare.
Who just called it quad landmark?
Quad landmark. That just puts you at single district territory.
Yeah, but then you get more variety out of the quad landmarks. For everyone.
guess,
Here's
but like,
you know
oh,
how you
man.
get the quad landmark? You buy 2 double landmarks.
We
Or a
can't-
triple and a single.
we
We can't.
can't-
It's too hard to. It's.
We
yeah,
just we can't. Yeah.
It's diminishing on
we
our
can't
end.
just keep doing it. There's so many. The double.
Sculpted dirt modular hut side into that.
The landmark double down.
So we've got the double down. The quad. The quad district does exist. 9,000. $9,000, 4 districts of your choice. Surprised Jay didn't make it $8,999, which he likes to do. No, even 9K. And for unpainted, $6,380. $6,380. And that
Also-
is the biggest discount we could manage for.
Because also, here's the thing, that
What's the thing?
that quad district also basically doubles as our completionist,
Yeah.
because we're going to have 4 options you can select that will be the completionist pledge if you do all of it.
I can count.
But and they're all priced as districts, so you can also get like
Yep.
part of the completionist if you don't want the other part. Because we tried to separate it by like building blocks, because just the nature of city stuff compared to things like Wildlands means that you've got a lot of repeated pieces and everything.
Yes.
And so
Everybody
one of
needs
the-
floors. Everybody needs corner posts.
like one of those 4 completionist districts is roofs. And so what we
In
did
fact,
was
we should go over the completionist.
go over completionist. Why don't
Yeah.
you just do that?
Yeah.
Ignore me.
You were on it. No, you had it. You were playing the past. We
I'm not
were.
allo-
You
I'm
know, I
not
wanted to do the Octo district, but it it was a little too crazy. So we're the triple Lindy. So that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see Back to School? That was not a good movie. It was.
Back to school.
It was. What's his name? Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh yeah.
And he has to like go back to school, but he's like 90 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the big diving thing where he has the triple Lindy off the. He jumps from like platform to platform.
You know, Billy Madison is really its spiritual successor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. So, anyway.
Yeah, Rappin' Rodney.
Oh. He was in Caddyshack. You might know him from that as well.
I know Caddyshack.
Yeah, it's a documentary about golf.
Mhm. It's certainly not a comedy the whole time.
All right, we've got three completionists. We had 3 of them sorted out before the thing ended, and the last one we just figured out today. Tyler aligned all the stars and
Yeah.
pulled something together. So the idea is people were saying, hey, we want it all, and we want it now in one simple button press. Also, hey, we not only do we want it all, we also want to be able to build all the districts one at a time, which we didn't anticipate. So we've essentially masterminded that. By we, I mean Tyler. With a couple of asterisk caveats. The idea is, so Pack A is sort of all the building blocks. It's most of the building pieces.
It's all your floors and walls and corner posts.
So you've got the basics, all the wood floors, all the wood wall sets, all the wood diagonal walls, mezzanine, balcony, dangle room, floor-to fieldstone floors, some of the wall sets, and some facades, and basically all fillers. We've got Pack B, which is dressing and building systems. So this fills in, this has got freestanding wooden walls, wooden stairs. It's got double of each of the scaffolding packs, including the bridge. It's got one of each dressing pack. It's got the lamp posts. It's got all the ground cover, cobblestone ground cover, packed earth, sea walls. It's got the townsfolk. It's got 4 sculpted battle boards. That is a lot. Then we have C, which we had to finish Wharf Watch to figure out C. The idea with C is it's the essentials. It's anybody here for Caverns Deep? Raise your hand if you were here for Caverns Deep. So in Caverns Deep we had the essentials pack, which lets you build the encounters but one at a time. This is the same idea. If you get completionist A and completionist B, throw in completionist C, you have everything to build each district one at a time. Well, you have to throw in the roof pack also, but we'll get to that in a second.
I'm seeing some hands.
The idea, yay, hands up.
Yeah.
So the idea here was, the challenge was you're trying to make everything so that you can make everything one at a time. Tyler got everything in there, except, we have 2 exceptions. Does not have any terrain trays. So the idea is we want to have every single sculpt, right? If you get the completionist, you want to get every single sculpt in the project, which is crucial, right? That was the most necessary. I want to make sure I have all the stuff, right? The Zach Hoggins, or where they're like, I got to have all the stuff. Anime said to me, at least have one of everything, right? You got to have all the stuff. So we don't have the terrain trays in there. You only need to get 3 forward terrain trays, I think, if you if you want to do all the builds as is, and they're easy. They're in single packs. They're easy to pick up. We can tell you what that list is. So it does not include terrain trays. Also, it is short 2 sets of the Elven facades if you want to build the Elven trading post as is. So basically, everything else is in there to build every single pledge, including Wharf Watch. There wasn't enough room to get 4 packs of Elven facades. There's 4 packs of Elven facades in the Elven trading post. Couldn't even fit them all in the thing because it was too many. There's a lot of elf stuff there. So there's 2 packs. So you can build it really close, dress the sides closer to the players, and skip the side that's close to you or whatever. Or if you're like, no, I have to have all 4 to build everything exactly as is, then you have to buy 2 extra packs of Elven facades. But it comes with 2. There's 1 in the essentials. There's 1 in the building blocks. So you're already getting 2 packs. If you really need all 4 to do that exactly as pictured, then you have to buy 2 more. But other than that, we got everything in there between those 3 packs, and we'll talk about the roofs in a sec. That's it. Give Tyler a Caddyshack golf clap.
The facades are not in a treasure chest, I don't believe.
They were going to be. I don't remember. I think
If we
one of
did,
the Elven ones.
the main thing is, if there was, it would just be like the little one, probably. Like, or at least
it
it wouldn't be.
was the wide. It was the wide boy.
The main thing is that it wouldn't be like a full pack of them.
It wasn't
at
all
least.
3. It was one of them.
Yeah.
Somebody here will probably.
And it wouldn't be a full pack of them is the main thing. Like it would be one. It'd be one of them, which is not.
I think it was Elven Boughs.
I'm remembering it now too. I think it was the large. It was one of the large chests.
one.
It was in a large chest.
It should be. It was FP 808. Remember that one?
The large wood has them. Yeah,
large
wood.
chest and large.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 elven boughs are in the large treasure chest wood character.
2 of them. Yeah,
2 of them.
Better than 1.
That's better than we expected.
That's great.
It still
It might be a
isn't
typo.
quite a replacement for the full packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you need those, you can buy 2 more of those facade packs. If you need to have everything exactly as pictured, and whatever, and you can buy some train trays. But this was the best we could do to get it, because it had to be district price. Because the thing is, these are all district price, so you can swap them in. You get a triple district, get Wharf Watch, get Downtown Dockside, and then get one of these completionists for extra more building pieces or whatever. You can mix and match with the other districts was the whole goal. All right. So let me read the contents of Completionist C, and then we'll talk about the roofs. You ready? We got 1 City Builder Basics wood starter set. We have 3 rustic wood core 4x4 floors. We have 1 rustic wood grand promenade floor. We have 2 rustic wood core 4x4 parquet floors. We have 1 rustic wood grand promenade parquet floor. So we got a nice mix of regular floors and parquet floors. It is awesome. Then we've got, oh boy, we've got rustic wood dockside walls and posts, one of those taverns walls and posts, one of those manor house walls and posts, one of those fortified walls and posts, one of those double high walls and posts, one of those, and the new rustic wood wall spakers pack. So you got a wonderful contingent of rustic wood walls. And if you get pack A and pack C, you've got like two of everything. You got like just a ton. Then we have, as if there wasn't enough, we also have a bay window and balcony pack, rustic wood, and a dangle room pack. So you got all the spicy bits. Then we're getting fieldstone. We got 3 fieldstone core 4x4 floors. We have 1 of the new fieldstone grand promenade floor. We have 1 fieldstone core standard walls and posts. So you got some regular walls and posts there. We've got 1 fieldstone core grand walls and posts. 1 fieldstone double high walls and posts. 1 fieldstone core cathedral walls and posts, and the new fieldstone wall spacer pack. So you got a good lineup of fieldstone building pieces, plus the new spacer pack. So you got new spacers in both flavors, bunch of basic building bits. But wait, there's more. We got a scaffolding dock builder pack in there, because you need some scaffolding, right? And that dock one gives you some of the greatest hits. But wait, we also need Lowtown Market dressing. We got one of those. And Elven Facades, one of those. And we got Lowtown window dressing, the brand new Lowtown narrow window dressing, the curtains and rugs dressing pack, which was in the last 2 days, the grand library dressing pack. So you got your secret doors. You got 2 secret door bookcases. Mm-hmm. There's more. There's more. It keeps coming. The hits keep coming. We got not 1 but 2 of the new Urban Elevation half arches pack. So I'm talking to you, Rev Burner. We got now 16 of those half arches, so you can start building wild aqueducts. We've got not one, not two, but 3 thatched roofs in there. So you can have a little village. It takes a village. And last but not least, can you guess it? The water wheel. Brand new water wheel. All right, that is Completionist C. If you didn't write that down, it'll be on the internet next week.
Yeah, I don't know how helpful. I don't know how helpful throwing all of that.
It was entertaining, was it not? Are you not entertained?
Well, you should have told them the skew, and that would have.
Oh, I could have just.
You should.
Can you imagine if I gave the contents as just skews?
Yeah.
With the new skews that nobody even knows what they are.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Should we go back and do that bit? Can we take 2?
No, I think I will turn your mic off. I think all that we really need to do. I don't know that we need to say, here's the list of all the sets. I think we just need to say, this is what it'll let you do.
Well,
really,
in conjunction with the other 3, it lets you build everything.
Yes.
And as a standalone set, it's also like just a neat mix of good building.
Yes, it's a good flavor. Like any one of these
sampler.
Yeah, any one of these packs.
Yeah.
If you mix it with like another district, like it's just going to give you a ton of, because like the names of it really tells you like what you're getting out of it. So like if you want to make sure you have a ton of core pieces, if you really only want like the specialty pieces that come in like the Wharfwatch or whatever, you're like, I really just kind of want the water wheel and some ivy and stuff like that. You can get the Wharfwatch and then add that district, and like now you've got a ton of other basic building blocks to use that stuff with. Yep. The roofs work a little bit differently though, so why don't we talk about that briefly? So
here's the thing. Who would have guessed that the big point of contention, the hot topic of the Kickstarter, the big divisive thing, roofs, roof color. Would you have guessed this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was brought up before we launched.
And we said, we can't do anything about it. But who would have guessed it? I mean, who would have ever thought this before we launched it? It was. We couldn't give you everything in every color, every possibility, and it was like, do you think really that many people will be upset about it? And yeah, it turns out Discord was a flame. But anyway, roofs were a thing. So we made, instead of just putting both flavors of roofs into one big old Completionist pack, because maybe some people don't want green, maybe some people don't want black, maybe some people want both or don't want both, I don't know. They don't want any roofs. We split them into 2 packs. It's 2 mega packs, which both have the same contents, basically all the green stuff or all the dark stuff. But if you want, you can get both packs together as a district, which is kind of amazing. So you get the full mix. If you want everything, you get that. You get A, B, C, and D. You get everything. You got enough. You can go to town.
Yeah. So that's
or amazing. Double up on one, right? You could get 2 greens and be like, I have all the greens.
Yes. But essentially, like, and so this whole thing, like, you take those 4 districts and like you're getting the discount of the quad district pledge.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So if you
get everything.
If your main concern, if you have like a large budget and your main concern is you want to be able to build everything, not all at once, but be able to build everything that we've shown, then that's what you'll want to do is quad district and pick the 4 Completionist districts. If you're not concerned about getting everything and you really just want to lean into getting stuff that's going to work for the types of games that you want to run, then 4 districts that aren't the Completionist but lean more into the kind of stuff that you want is going to be better for you. That's really what this comes down to at the end of the day, is the system is made to be flexible to try and suit your specific needs. Also, not so much how do we give you everything, because there's too much here.
How can you get everything that's going to be good for your table?
Yeah.
Also, if you want to build all the districts, but you only want one roof color, you can get A, B, C, and then just one of the roof mega packs. Just get the color you want and skip the other color.
And we're not going to see a Completionist ABCD build most likely because I don't think we have the space for it.
I don't think we have all the pieces. I don't know.
I don't think we have enough pieces, and I don't know how big the table would have to be. It hits a point. If you want to build with all of it at once, you hit a point where it is
We'd have to go up.
unreadable.
We'd
It
just
is
go up.
It
It
would
would
be
be like
like if you go
6
that
stories
big.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can build out in. Maybe we'll do a build stream or something. Whatever, but I don't
We should
think
never
it's,
make this many landmarks and districts again. I think.
I would counter. It's not the number of landmarks and districts. It's the number of component sets that problem. If we had half as many component sets and the same number of landmarks and districts, it wouldn't be bad. We're just showing cool variety with those sets.
I
right?
think the thing that drove it up was I want to be able to build every. I need a combination that lets me build every landmark.
Yeah,
and
well,
every
that was
district. And the more unique compositions
you
for those
have,
we have,
the harder it is.
the
yeah.
more things we have to add into.
Well, I hadn't
that.
thought about the people who want to build everything that we show.
I didn't think. I didn't think people were gonna. People are used to Kickstarters where it is like, here's the full package, and that's just not how this was designed. Like, and I guess it's a thing, and I don't know. It's
also some people already have fieldstone or don't want wood or don't want roofs because they already have a lot of roofs.
And if
or
we had designed it
don't
that
want
way, we were gonna
dots,
have
or
people.
don't want terrain trays or don't want this or.
And that's really it. Honestly, is once we, whichever way we leaned, we were gonna have people who wish that we had leaned the other way in its construction.
But also,
we opted for flexibility over everything else.
because you don't need to get any of the bundles, you can a la carte whatever you want. That's the other thing, right? So if you're like, I don't like any of these things, I don't want to, just get a la carte. You can get all the sets. Everything is there. Anything you want, you get, and you still get stretch goals. You still get your treasure chests. Oh,
yeah.
We need to talk about the treasure chests. We buried the lead.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting for us to finish with this.
Smart.
Yeah.
Biding your
Because
time.
this is kind of the last thing to talk about in regards to this.
We should give a...
Do the giveaway?
Yeah.
Let's start the giveaway, and then we will do... yes, thank you, Mace. We just need a giveaway word. We'll get that going, and then we'll talk about the treasure chests, and then we will roll the giveaway.
All right. What's our word? Is Mace going to give us a word?
Cat sled.
Cat sled. All right.
Cat sled.
What?
All one word. It's not case sensitive. You can use it in a sentence. You can say it multiple times. Either way. If you just asked me a question, it's gone. This chat is going to fill up and become unreadable for a solid 30 to 45 seconds. So wait until people are done typing in cat sled. This is a $250 Dwarven Forge gift card, by the way, for our web store. It's internationally available. Doesn't matter where you live. You will get a digital gift card for the web store.
cat sled is also cat's led.
Yes.
They led the way as they were pulling the sled. They were in 4 different directions at the same time. It's amazing. They really we're onto something here.
Yeah. So treasure chests.
Treasure chests.
Really, the treasure chests are going to work the way that we've always communicated they're going to. It's not anything scary. Like we found out we can't do it.
Nothing scary.
It's not scary at all. It's basically just like a logistics thing.
Well, we found out we can't do it.
Yeah, it's working with Pledge Manager's system. Okay, don't say we can't do it. That's not the case.
In the first phase of the Pledge Manager.
Yeah, working with Pledge Manager's system. Basically, it's like, okay, what we need to do is we need to have you finalize your order. And then we can have you select the stretch goals after like all the stuff's been like locked in. So you won't be able to do it like we were hoping. What we could do is have you select your treasure chest like at the end of the checkout process. But the way the software is working, it's just gonna have to be like, okay, you check out and you finalize your order and all that, and then it will like look at what your order total was, and it will let us do like a...
You'll get a second invite or something. You get a second, you have to go back in and get your things in a second round. Basically, it was important that the money you spent in the Pledge Manager counted towards your treasure chests also. So it wasn't like, okay, you just take your pledge and preload, that's how many treasure chests you get. Whatever. It's like, well, what if they spend another $500? What are the treasure chest increments? $500, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you spend another $500, that gets you another one. And
it's the nature of tying them to dollar amounts, and we were hoping, and like I said, like it still is at the end of the day going to work exactly like we said it will. It's just we were hoping that it could all be one process.
Yeah.
And instead, it needs to be like a secondary step once you finalize your order.
And we will put this all over the place. It'll be in the update email. It'll be in the invite. It'll be when you get to the landing page. It'll be in the video. It'll be all over the place.
Yeah. And as always, if there is any confusion or any mistakes that happen, all you got to do is reach out to us and we'll fix it for you.
We'll help you out.
Yeah.
We'll get you straight. No.
So
Yeah.
that's the main thing. Just logistically, it's going to be like a secondary thing that you do once the order is finalized.
Because you know what? I've never seen anybody do stretch goals this way. And then maybe there's a reason.
Yeah, not exactly this way. Well, it's the time, like people, one of the requests that we get a lot is they're like, why don't you just do a percentage discount that gets higher based on how many you spend? It's like, there's simply no way to make that
It's
work
really
in
hard.
like an algorithm. Like there's no way to do a progressive discount applied to the order that you put in.
This was
in the software.
kind of the closest we
This
could
is
do
the
that.
closest you can get to that.
The more
but
you
like,
spend, the more buckets of stuff you get.
Yeah. Like it is
Yeah.
like it's like software wise, it's a massive pain. It's a massive pain.
Yeah.
We decided not to sell the treasure pack separately, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But you can get everything. There's nothing in them that is unique that you cannot get in other packs elsewhere. Including, that's why one of the reasons we made the corner post fillers pack, right? People wanted more of those. It was only in a treasure chest and in the one Manor House dressing pack. So we made it. So like I think every piece is pretty accessible. Like for the number of pieces we have, and compared to the number of packs we have, I think this stuff is pretty well spread around. You can pretty much get most of everything relatively easily. So hopefully it'll work out. I'm excited. We're going to send out a survey after the pledge manager closes to ask people's thoughts on the campaign, and I'm really curious about the feedback on the stretch goals. Like I think it was I think it's the best thing we've done yet, and I think it gives people everything they've kind of been asking for, and I'm interested to hear what everybody says. Right, in an anonymous survey, you get a lot of good feedback, so it'll be interesting.
I
how
have
people
collected
respond.
a lot of thoughts on it from just doing like the postmortem stuff. I don't know how much we want to talk about it now.
Yeah. Well, what was the general consensus?
General consensus is the idea is the right idea. There was some talk about maybe the way it was executed, the like not being able to see. Like some people were saying, like if we could see where it was going to go by the end of the thing from the beginning, it would have been easier to see the value in the chests. But with it all being like kind of hidden behind smoke, it was very hard to see the value in them at first for a while and get excited about them.
So people weren't excited about them until they filled up, and then they were excited about them.
Yeah, there was a point, and it's because it wasn't because they didn't start off with a bunch of stuff in them. It was because they couldn't see what was coming.
Yep. Versus when you have like a linear stretch goal thing where it's like, hey, everybody in the campaign gets a new coin, everybody in the campaign gets a new pencil, everybody gets and they're like, okay, it's you accrue value like right out of the gate, and they kind of see as it goes. When this is like, oh, it's spreading among 8 different or 12 different chests or whatever the heck we had. And stuff, and you don't know which one you're going to pick and whatever. It's like it can seem lackluster at the beginning for sure. I'm curious though, once it's over, they're like, oh yeah, I'm excited. Like when people actually, when you get to you put your pledge in, then you get to pick your things and how you're going to feel about it at the end. So that'll be, we'll get that info in the survey, see how people feel once it's actually done and filled out. Yeah.
The special pieces for pledgers are basically the milestone stretch goals.
Yeah.
Milestone stretch goals go to everybody that pledges.
Cool.
And so it's stuff like the we gotta figure that out. The team art gallery thing, because I don't think that's going to be sold in the store at all. That's just going to be just for the pledgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody
it's
gets
got
to make
rugs
a
in it
little
and
piece
stuff.
of art, and
Yeah.
we could get a frame and put the team art in the frame. It's gonna be really fun.
Chess basic levels where we all get something at the same time. Well, that's what the milestone was. Kind of. And there's some stuff people saying like, oh, there should have been more stuff in it or whatever, and it's like, the numbers are the numbers. Like there's only so much we can do about that. Like we looked at it and we had to choose the value and like the spacing on it based on what was not going to bankrupt us.
And here's the thing, too, it's like I'm less concerned about driving excitement. Like if people found the stretch goals unexciting, but when they're checking out in the pledge manager, they're happy. They're like, you know what? It's really cool to be able to add this, or this, or this. Then it worked. Like I'm less worried about it not feeling spicy in the first 2 weeks of the campaign than I am like hey, at the end, I was like, you know, it's really cool to be able to get to choose some things to add into my pledge. Like, that's the result is we want to give people more value at the end of like, you're like, hey, I got to choose the things that work for me. And they were kind of neat. I was excited about them. Like, that's more important than like, well, that day 3 was kind of boring because I didn't know that it was there. I'm like, well.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of, there was a little bit of people missing like the pageantry of like the old way that we did stretch goals, where it was like, oh, the Oblivion Nexus is a stretch goal, and it's like, the thing is, with how expensive the Oblivion Nexus is, it was something we had to factor in from like the beginning. When you're talking about like a piece that is like a $30 piece to make, we can't actually design this as a free stretch goal. So it's kind of these are probably the most honest we've been with stretch goals. And it's not just us; it's what a lot of companies do. A lot of like big miniature Kickstarters, when they're like, "Oh, here's this nice, cool, huge mini you get for free." It's like that was factored in ahead of time, and it's
not a big giant like
because it creates excitement and pageantry and stuff. But especially with
it's fun reveals and a thing, and see what else is coming. Like like we hit an entire forest for Cavern Steep, like. You know, I don't know, there's some nonsense that maybe is, I don't know.
Yeah, and so I think that was the thing with this was, especially with what we make, because we're not making standalone miniatures, we are making systems that interlock and pieces that interact with each other. It's like, really the value is in getting more building pieces, because there's very few things that we make that are really like standalone things. The way that a miniature company can do, like, here's a really cool... like ogre
and the standalone things don't work as well for like systems are stronger for us anyway, right? Like the Titan's Tooth and Oblivion Nexus stuff are tough to restock for us versus like, you know, we're gonna push to get escarpments out. Those are already hard. Like doing big chunky one-offs are even harder. Like those are, you know, it behooves us to make cool systems and then give people some extra stuff of those systems than it is to make a splash, like the water wheel, like a splashy one-off piece. Did not do a ton of those. But. Speaking
of big chunky one-offs, congratulations to TTRPG Gifts, who just finished running a bunch of one-shots over the weekend for charity. I hope everything went well. That was a very cool thing you did. And congratulations! I saw they were here earlier, and just we were deep in a conversation, so I didn't want to like distract.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations on successfully running that. that big event.
You must be relieved to be on the other side of it.
Yes. Yeah.
As we know, running events is stressful.
Why don't we roll this giveaway?
Yeah. Last chance. Cat sled. One
Cat
word.
sled. I'm going to roll this in 30 seconds. Maybe if I just give the dollar value, you give me free stuff. What does it exchange? It'll take a bit for people to adjust. Much prefer honest stretch goals. I think we do too at the end of the day. Like, because we also didn't work ourselves into weird configurations that we're gonna have to figure out.
Well, also trying to obfuscate a thing and then feeling it. I don't know. It's like
because that was part of what made Caverns Deep difficult too. Was a lot of the adventure packs and stuff. It was like those were getting filled up with unlocks.
And it was a hodgepodge, and it's all over the place, and it was like and that's why we haven't been able to restock those things ever. And like it was
like what we did this time was built around sustainability and flexibility. Over like doing like the coolest like reveal show thing we could do. We sacrificed some cool reveals in order to try and make something that we felt was more
sustainable for the store and B, sustainable for the team. Yeah. Right? That's less pageantry, more like, hey, we just got to be doing a bunch of this. Yeah. And maybe that's a bummer, right? You know, it's fun, like the nonsense and the ridiculousness and the mystery reveals and stuff is fun. Like there's no doubt about it. That stuff is fun. I don't know. I'm curious to hear what we get from the surveys, because you know what, we adjust every time, right? We're always continuing to iterate and hone and try a different way.
I feel like this was the biggest like shift we've made. Well, I guess probably actually going castles into Dungeon of Doom was a really big shift.
Encounters was a big shift.
Yeah, and then this was.
And then we had adventure packs in Caverns Deep. And then,
like the reveal of the bookcase. Yeah, the bookcase still got to be a reveal, right?
Wait. No, we dropped.
That was in there. That was in there from launch. We revealed it on stream though.
Yeah, it was totally. We'd set it up and then it all fell apart because we.
I can't even remember at this point. I remember you accidentally revealing several
I'm
things.
sure.
We revealed that we were doing felt rugs on accident.
Yes, it was in our build or something. It was like
Yeah, water wheel was big.
Yeah.
Water wheel was like the one big thing that we actually held
Yeah.
on to, and it was largely because that thing was being made like while we launched.
yeah,
Like-
we were prepping it out.
That's right. You brought an exterior building. You're like, oh, why don't we take a look inside? You opened it up, and there was stuff that we hadn't revealed inside the building. Yeah,
The best kind of reveal.
yeah.
Totally inadvertent.
That was great. All right, let's roll this.
Um,
All right. Hey, Mick DC 29.
woo! McDC, congrats. It's so ridiculous, all of it.
It was, yeah.
What we do is ridiculous. It's fun though.
Yes.
Is fun.
Is that everything we need to talk about with Pledge Manager?
Well, we could show people we could show people Wharf Watch.
Sure, but I mean, but that's like other Pledge Manager
Yeah,
info.
was there anything
Oh,
else we were supposed to?
one more thing. We're going, and we'll say this in like the update and stuff too.
For daggers.
We're going to start off the we're gonna like kind of slowly tease out like invites at the beginning so that we get a couple people in, and like to like stress test it before
Smoke
we
test
like
it out,
let
yeah.
everybody in. So that way, if it turns out there is something wrong that's not working, it'll get caught while there's like 100 people who have access, and then we can fix it real quick instead of having like 3,000 people go in.
It's
and
that
everything's
terrifying thing that'll happen where we'll let like 100 people in and then
Yeah.
another 100 people in, and then like you'll hear somebody got their invite and you haven't gotten yours. You're like, oh no, maybe they lost my pledge and whatever. And it's like no, they're just like it'll roll out, and then they also go out in batches. Right, it goes over a 24-hour period or something. It'll roll out.
Another reveal: the Elven windows that we put in everything and then cut.
Which Elven window?
That goes out. They weren't Elven, but like everybody thought they were Elven.
The blue lattice.
The fancy lattice that went
The
on the
blue
outside of
one?
the windows. Yeah,
Yeah, it died. We blame Tyler.
yeah. Everybody
Said we could
decided
only
that
have
they
five,
were-
not six.
Yeah. Yeah. So
we
that
did,
is.
we showed the ruins. Our Dungeon of Doom. Our first promos had ruins pieces in them, and then the ruins pieces got cut from the Kickstarter. They appeared in Caverns Deep. Said Encounter 6.
Mhm.
We have a long history of showing off the stuff and then killing it.
Dragos, we went over it. So there's no way for the software to apply a discount to the amount that you're spending, because then it like if it takes you under the threshold that it just gave you the discount for, it's very like you've got to finalize before it can apply that stuff, and then it's too late to do the discount at that point, or we'd have to like manually refund everybody basically, which is
Oof.
a lot. Yeah.
Dwarven Forge gift cards for everybody. Woo!
Yes. I just buy enough Dwarven Forge to reach 100% discount. Giving people gift cards afterwards isn't quite the same
No,
thing
it's
as
not.
giving them a discount, though,
Yeah.
because that then requires that they then go buy more stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And also, you kind of want to give them stuff in the campaign because the whole point is you want to get more.
Yeah.
You know,
Doing
more of the new
like
stuff.
doing like progressive discounts just doesn't quite work.
But write it up in the survey when it comes in. What's this month? It's June. In June, when we send out a survey, write it up. So it is. We go over this stuff a lot, and we think about these surveys a lot, and we listen to the results, and Chris has been gathering all the Discord feedback.
Yes. Well, those things have already closed because we were supposed to have our postmortem a while ago, so I closed them all a couple days before that.
Well, we'll have the survey.
I got
also.
so many already.
We got a lot.
So like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
No, but we
We're
really
good.
take your feedback to heart and think about it. And obviously, we can't always do everything that everybody asks for, and we can't necessarily always do it the way that you're asking for it. But we take the essence of what people are talking about, thinking about what how it feels, and we try our best to see what's feasible within our realities that we can do differently or better. I mean, generally, we're trying to make different be better, but it's not always better. But we definitely are into iteration, right?
Yeah.
See what we can do differently. Like go to GameFound.
Thank you for limiting the
Oh.
number of different trays. There's actually a lot of terrain trays. There's
6.
true. Okay, 'cause if you're counting like the double-sided, yeah,
Yeah, well,
there's a
there's
good
12
amount of
designs,
art.
but
Yeah,
six trays with,
yeah.
yeah. Let's
Look at the Wharf Watch.
yeah, and let's I forgot I have this program that Toby did too.
Do you want to do that first, or
Yeah,
do
let's
you
do
want
it first. It's close.
Okay.
All right, so you want to
to look at that program?
You want to black out?
Yeah, I'm well on the way.
Whoa. All right, so this is a
Why don't I just?
piece of this was a idea for a St. Hassan filter that we're not doing, but we might do in Hightown, or at least something like this. And so Toby made a program for it, the cultist circle. So it starts with, see that, boom. So it's got a really, so this is my favorite. It's a very subtle little pulse
Subtle.
to it, right? So you're sitting there as the players are like debating for 20 minutes about what to do. They can just sort of sit this as gently pulsing there, and then you go to like phase 1. Is this phase 1? No.
It
it's
looks
beginning
like
one.
the
Same
same.
thing. All right, phase 1. There we go. So there's one of the little circles lights up, and then it's ever so gently a little brighter. Phase 2 is less heavy. Got a little movement on it. Phase 3. Now it's like it's really getting lively.
Yeah,
right?
we're not getting this filter, but the program we're putting out, or is this just for
I
fun?
don't know. It's just a fun thing you just
Are we
made.
just
We're
teaching
trying to figure
people
out what to
something
do.
they can't have?
I mean, we could give them the program, but they don't have the overlay yet. But
Okay.
probably Hightown. We'll see.
All right.
Because we got a thing going. Now we're in phase, whatever the next phase is, where we've gone full red. This is what you can do with a light puck if you got one. And then here's where it gets wild. I think this is the great summoning of the dark one. Yeah. Oh yeah. So wait, this is phase whatever 6. He's got a lot of phases. It's not. Where it starts pulsing crazy, and then we go to the ritual is complete. Wait, who has summoned me? Who has called my
Is Hightown
name
castles? No, it's not
out
castles.
of the darkness?
Hightown is mostly focused around a very fancy stonework.
I have arrived. And then we also have a fail state. So if things go awry, it starts getting erratic.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if you could use that fancy stone.
No!
You just completely checked out.
The end.
I wouldn't be surprised if you could use that fancy stone to make like an abbey inside castle walls or something.
Oh,
and be like
yeah.
a separate building inside the courtyard.
You could definitely make an abbey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ashlar is going to be useful for a variety of things. All right, so that's a little fun thing Toby was working out. We're going to have some new light shows, free downloads. If you got a light puck or buy a light puck. Oh, light puck will be in the pledge manager.
Yes. Want the fogger too?
Yes, fogger
Yeah.
and light puck will be in there. And then we're gonna have some fun light puck stuff in Hightown whenever we get there.
Well,
All right, so this is Wharf Watch.
yeah, this is the last district. We just filmed it today. The big thing is it makes use of that water wheel that we unlocked at the end of the campaign, as well as a lot of the other new packs that got added in the Pledge Manager, or packs that were at the beginning but didn't find their way into other sets. So Fieldstone focused and uses a lot of stuff that didn't get a ton of love during the campaign.
It's kind of like the giant version of the Riverside Mill.
Yes.
Right?
And it also kind of has the vibes of like a Fieldstone version of Downtown Dockside a little bit.
Yes. And it pairs really well with Downtown Dockside because it's 90% fieldstone with just a little bit of rustic wood. The rustic wood that's there is it's the dangle room and the diagonals, which are not in Downtown Dockside. And then it also has all dark roofs. So now you have a huge collection of dark roofs. You have a little more fieldstone to add. I mean, a little more wood to add to your big collection of fieldstone. You have a couple more docks. you have all this urban elevation, right? It's got two of the new arches, half arches packs, and one of the regular arches packs, and the ramps pack, and it's got cobblestone ground cover, and it's got the water wheel. It's got more lamp posts, so it's really it would go wonderfully with downtown Dockside, and it's got ivy.
And if all you really want to do is do like the Docktown build situations, and you're going triple like district, this and downtown Dockside and like Elven Trading Post is do just like a massive waterfront thing.
You got this guy in the.
Merc says this is really beautiful, but I wish it had an option in wood with parquet floors.
Oh man, and green roofs, and then.
We just shot this today, so all the assets are being made. We're hoping to have everything updated over the weekend.
They're fun bits. I mean, there's a lot of neat, like, technical building with 2x4s and 2x2s, and we got neat use of the half arches. We use the half arches everywhere, right? So there's the double doors in there with the in the half arches under the cobblestone. There's half arches with the lion arch down yonder. Can you see that?
Yeah, there's lion arch being used as a gate. Fun thing with that too is you can slide bars in there to make it a sluice, or you can put the boarded up arch insert. Yeah.
Get that little narrow wall in there, stopping that thing up. We got
Is that 2 ivy packs? How many ivy packs are in this?
one ivy pack. There's a lot of coverage. The ivy's everywhere, right? Bump, 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 coming up the whole side of this.
No new ivy. This is all the ivy. It's just the existing ivy pack.
Tell you what, though, we're gonna have some ivy in the in Hightown or something. Some more greenery is definitely a hot ticket. Oh, this is the wall. This is the wall facade, or the post facades, just pegged into the biscuit slot on the. This is a 2x2 cobblestone floor. They're turned sideways and pegged in there to make like the little arch. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have some more greenery bits because it really gives life to you.
It really breaks up the build.
Yeah. What are fun bits you get?
Let's see.
When the corner.
This was really cool. Using the corner fill floor piece is excellent.
It's a very crisp move. Right? Like
I didn't do it.
maybe you would though.
Probably.
Yeah. Lots of little elevated walkways. This one I was trying to be like, what's a fun outdoor, like just a lot of space to run around and shoot stuff at people.
I mean, the approach for building this one was we had a bunch of sets. We were like, it has to use these things, and so then it was like, what do we fill in with those sets that it has to have to make it hit the appropriate price point for a district, and still like look good and be cohesive and look different than what we've already got.
Exactly, it needs its own visual identity.
It's fun that it like has like 2 wood packs in it to make that like a little second story.
Just enough to get a little spice.
Yeah. Let's see.
Here's a fun.
That's a fun trick there too.
It's not focusing.
Lots of room for activities. Yeah, this is like a pretty good. Like you could have like a pretty interesting exterior encounter here. Especially if the party starts up split up around the around the dock.
Or you've got to go to 2 different things at the same time.
And also with all the arrow slit walls and stuff that are up there, you could have hidden archers or stuff like that.
Up in here, someone up in the tower, or someone up in the lighthouse, or someone up on the roof, or someone in the other windows. There's a lot of fun spots. What was interesting? Oh, these the projecting beams you can stick in the biscuit slots on the sides of the roofs. You can pop these in and make like projecting beams everywhere. I just stuck projecting beams in everything in this. What else we have on there? Water wheels in the back. 2x2. I can't even see it. Hadn't used much of the 2x2 or 2x4 citizen floors, so those are in like the back. You can see.
Yeah, I use it to make just like interesting. That ramp is good.
Yeah.
You use another backfill to do that ramp trick. Kind of following like stuff we do with scaffolding a lot. Actually, it uses a lot
Yeah.
of similar geometry to the scaffolding set. And
Identical.
So you can make like
Same
three-way.
footprint.
You can make
Yeah.
like 3-way ramps like that.
Yeah.
What was the thing? The tall tower uses double highs on the base, and then it's singles from there on.
Oh, and it's stacked on the.
It's built on the
top
seawalls.
It's on top of a seawall, so then the floor goes in line with these guys, and then it's double high, and then it goes to single high, and then a single high with the banister posts, and then a roof, and then a cupola.
Yeah, a lot of fun little building tricks in here.
Yeah, but hopefully it gives you more inspiration of the sorts of what kind of coverage can you get with the thing? What are some of the other tricks you could do with these bits? What's another way you could crack it? What's another way to get fieldstone? Right? I feel like we want more. There's nothing with like a whole bunch of fieldstone. So this is a whole bunch of fieldstone, a bunch of other sets that aren't out there.
I think the best
Pairs well
fieldstone
with a bunch of
district.
stuff.
I think the best fieldstone district before this might have been Warfield Village,
Mm-hmm.
and it was still like just kind of a 50-50 split.
You know where this also would go well with? Lumber Baron's Lodge. Once again, that's all dark roofs, so now you have a huge collection of dark roofs. This is fieldstone. That has a little bit of fieldstone and tons of wood. This is a little bit of wood, tons of fieldstone. That has a ton of interior dressing and dressing packs. This does very few. Oh, you know what this does have that we put in after we filmed it? Tyler was like, we sell a little money, we can put a thing in. It has one basic dressing pack in here for a modular barricade, stairs, and a table or something, whatever.
That's
But
exciting.
a couple little bits.
That's
But
just
it-
free stuff you can drop around whenever.
Yeah, exactly. Just even more stuff if there wasn't enough in here. Oh, there's also a bucket of pieces that didn't make it. Right, we got.
Oh yeah, then there's extra pieces. There's a lot of extra
all
pieces.
this. I can't even get it on there. God, bucket of. No, I'm gonna just break something.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Bucket of
I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, there's a lot of extra
But
pieces.
with Lumber Baron's Lodge, it's like there's a lot of there's it's very complimentary. Like the lineup of pieces that you get would be really good together in a nice way.
If it's got the modular barricade and stuff, it's a street dressing pack. It's street dressing that got added, yeah.
No, it's the basic dressing. It's like
There's one
the
that's
three
called
pieces.
basic dressing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
why did I think it was just? Oh well.
Not even as the cottage dressing, which is the other small.
Basic dressing. Okay.
It is.
Feels very nondescript compared to the rest of the pack names.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it is completely nondescript. We had, things happen at the very end.
When you design completionist bundles, did you actually look at what pieces are used left over, or just at the constituent packs? So the thing is, there aren't any of the builds where they have a lot of pieces left over, but none of them don't use any of the packs that are in them. It's just pieces that are left over from those packs.
Yeah,
so it
you have to
wouldn't
have
have
the whole pack.
It wouldn't have changed anything that we had to put into the completionist bundles.
Basic dressing has wooden stair pillars, 38 millimeter stairs, small modular barricades, square cabinet, metal trapdoor frame, and small roasted wood trapdoor.
Okay,
So it's like the basic little, it's a cabinet, some stairs, a trapdoor.
Yeah, a few more
and
things to play with.
Yeah. A couple of fun
yeah.
options.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's the Wharf Watch. We're we filmed that today. That's being cut tomorrow, and yeah, that'll be out very soon. We'll have everything. We're well on track to have everything ready for Tuesday. So
It's a miracle.
we're almost there.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the most we've done from Kickstarter to Pledge Manager. Yeah,
I can't even. It all blurs together. I don't know.
that's fair.
It feels like it was as much as we could do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Hey, Igor. Igor the
Igor.
Vicious. Apparently he loves your hair.
oh, thank you. It's got a. I'm walking in a spotlight today, so it's extra crazy town. It's kind of at the point where I need to trim it again, so it's like all over the place. There we go.
It's 8:40.
Yeah, we should probably pan it unless there are any questions.
Yeah, is there anything? Yeah, is there
Any,
anything we gotta address?
Some
Yeah, there's no speakeasy door in this.
Mega Man loves it. Woo.
Wait, what door is on the wood building?
We've got two. There's the studded the studded door and the city door. We've got two.
Okay, so there's no
And we have the double. We have the wooden double doors, and we have the double high double doors.
Sure, but what's on the wood building?
This one is the studded door. Oh, and the wood building.
What's on the wood building?
Is the rustic, just a plain old rustic.
Okay.
We also have Lionport Cullis Arch. Can I interest you in a Lionport Cullis Arch?
No, nobody
How about
wants
a
them.
narrow field stone?
That was the feedback we got. Was everybody
integrated
was
door
like, "Why do I keep getting so many lion arches when I don't want them?"
Good
yeah,
thing
so
there's not 4 in this pack.
Yep. So no speakeasy
No
doors
speakeasy.
in this.
It's only in wood.
What sets come with the skinny shutters? It's its own pack. It's the narrow window.
Narrow window
shutters
dressing
pack?
Narrow window dressing pack.
Narrow window
So
dressing?
it's got 8 of the narrow shutters, 4 of the narrow armored shutters, and then 4 of each narrow window pane. I think there's a new pack for the pledge manager. Yeah. Michelle will just jam that out at the last minute. Those narrow windows. It's awesome, right? It brings the. This one's crooked.
Prototypes. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. No, it just makes this whole I love it. It looks better with little narrow shutters on there. Even if they're crooked. Yeah.
I cannot wait for all of this to have factory precision. Is there a good way to get bulk double high corners and spacers without having to buy double high walls with it?
Yes. The new spacers pack.
Oh yeah.
We literally have a pack that's it's spacers and corner posts, like double high corner posts, spacers.
Yeah, I would say the best way to get that then is to get the pack that just has spacers and posts in it.
Yeah.
That's being
like
added.
that. Woo!
That's being added in Pledge Manager.
Boom.
Yeah. 6 freestanding ivy, 4 posts, 2 facades. Yeah, the ivy gets pretty good coverage.
That pack is killer. Oh.
Yeah. I think
it's going to be a greatest hits in this, hands down.
Well, because it's super flexible. You can drop it in a lot of places. It's one of those things that, if you're doing Lost Mine of Fendelver, if you're doing the Runes of Thunder Tree, if you grab that ivy and then use, original City Runes sets, and you have the ivy, up over the Fieldstone and stuff, that's perfect. That's one thing I was, thinking about when I saw it. I was like, Thunder Tree was, the one thing...
We couldn't do well.
You could do part of it, because, we had ruined buildings. But the whole thing with it is it's everything's, overgrown, because, a druid lives there.
This ivy. Exactly. And you know what?
Yeah.
We're going to do some more... We got to do more of this, this sort of stuff. It's such a... It really adds a lot to the city. There's 3 pieces, and it adds so much. Also, we got little splashes of these little guys. The window boxes are in the...
Yeah, those things are just good scatter dressing.
I love them. Yeah.
They go to your windows, or you can just put them on the ground.
Yeah. Well, that's why she was like, it can't just be in the window. We need to be able to put these around places. Make a dressy lamppost.
That lamppost pack is also going to be an MVP, because that's just a little pack of 4 of those.
It's awesome.
It's just the stone ones that... Are they from castles or cities? Castles? The LED lampposts.
It was castles.
It was castles?
Yeah. Yeah, those people love those things.
This is just like a companion to those, really.
Totally. Wait till you see what we're doing in Hightown.
Woo. Yeah.
Hey, and you're welcome, Dragos. You're welcome.
We never showed that, did we?
You're welcome, Paul.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
Sick. Right, David. Thanks for coming.
Maybe Moffat's here.
What else do we... Is there anything else to cover?
Anybody else have any questions, or should we go to bed? I don't know why I'm so tired today.
Because we kind of just been going.
Taking 2 sick kids to...
Hightown Lamppost are sweet. I feel like, Michelle, I feel like you might be a little biased here.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we'd shown... I don't know.
We haven't shown the Hightown Lamppost.
Yeah.
Thing.
Basically, we knew we wanted to have a cool lamppost.
Do we give people a beam? Speaking of that...
I think we might have shown...
I can give them right now.
About it.
Should I give them a little... should give them a little spice?
They were shown. Michelle's saying they were shown.
They were?
But hey, it couldn't hurt to remind us. Basically, we knew we wanted to have a cool lamppost in the Kickstarter, and then when Hightown and Lowtown got split, it's like, okay, well, this one has to stay in Hightown. So that Lowtown lamppost was actually a new addition because of the split. Because it's like, well, we need some kind of lamppost option, and it has to be Lowtown now instead of Hightown. So yeah, that was one of the last additions to the lineup. I think was that Lowtown lamppost.
All right.
Do we have prints?
We got an
Oh, yeah, look at
unpainted casting of a JST base for the lamppost. So it's have a little JST connector, and it'll fit inline. So it's got the cobblestone texture on the top, so you can fit it inline. Wait, I've got a cobblestone right here. Oh boy, it's buried. All right, well.
Yeah,
take
you're
my
right.
word for it.
Finally, another JST piece, right?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've done JST.
Yeah, it's got little benches. Michelle put little benches there. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Michelle, isn't this on the front of the Elven reliquary, hero reliquary? I think that's on the, right there. And look at this, the knotwork on the sides. It's gorgeous. So if you can freestand it and you see the knotwork, or you build it in line with the cobblestone and it'll fit with cobblestone. So it's classic Michelle modularity. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty piece. So wait to see the upper part. This is just the foundation. All right, so that'll be something to look forward to.
And of course, because of that, that means it's going to be compatible with the past JST pieces as well.
Yes.
So you could use that, and you're like, all of the lampposts here are actually these like arcane tower
Yes.
things instead, you know?
Or all of your lampposts can go in your use your dungeon JSTs or in your caverns. Or yeah, it's gonna be
the tops and bottoms are interchangeable.
yeah,
It's gonna be fun
amazing.
stuff.
Yep, it's gonna be fun. So that's something to look forward to in 2027. And when I don't know.
I mean, we should be able to do 2024, right?
What year is that?
Next year. We should be able to do like the end of next year, right?
Yeah. You know, it all depends on. We got to get Lowtown shipped, and so there's a lot that could happen between. If we've learned anything from the past couple of years, it's like a lot could happen that we have no control or ability to predict between now and then. So we'll see what it is. It's here's what it says: once we get Lowtown shipped, I believe we will be ready to rock and roll with Hightown, like hot on the heels of.
Yeah,
Lowtown
because I mean,
shipping.
we're able to do prototyping for it now, which is wild.
We're
like,
cooking as we speak.
Because a bunch
Michelle
of
and Aaron are going full steam ahead on that.
Because a good amount of it was already sculpted. And, yeah.
We got Tyler's got a strong plan. Like there's a lot cooking. So I think I'm currently with how things stand. I'm very confident that we'll be ready to launch Hightown into the stratosphere as soon as Lowtown is shipped.
Yeah, we genuinely might be at a point where, as we're shipping this Kickstarter, we'll be sitting on a pretty close to ready next Kickstarter.
Yeah,
like
no,
which awesome. Would be a wild. That would feel wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll get sci-fi out before then, and we'll see what happens with the board game, and who knows what's next. Like we got.
Is Hightown at risk of feature creep?
Of course, every.
Oh yeah.
Everything's at risk of feature creep.
Everything, because there's so many good ideas, and there's so much to fit in, and yeah, always.
Yeah.
But you know,
When do you think we're gonna show sci-fi stuff? Do you think we'll ever show Geometry Chess, or do you think we're gonna wait until?
No, I think we want to be further along.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll see.
It's interesting.
Yeah. It's just because it's so new. Like we got to kind of have it quantified enough, if that makes sense. Like showing mocks on it, like showing mocks for Lowtown. Well, people already know how City Builder works. They already know whether like it's not a brand new thing. I think we have to have enough of proof of concept there that we're going to show a brand new thing. And be like, hey, this is like a strong enough sketch of it for them to understand it. Is my before I release it in the wild. Like I'm more reluctant to show an early thing on that until we really know what the heck we're doing, and then say, okay, here's where we're headed, and then it'll still be months before it goes out. But
there's also so many. There's a lot of ways that this is new for us. It's not just that we're doing sci-fi. Like there's so many different techniques we're trying out, and like, Yeah. So yeah, I get that. Like, this is
Because
Yeah.
we're throwing a lot of stuff at the wall that may not stick, and we want.
it could drastically change.
Yeah, I
from-
don't want to disappoint anybody if they were thinking it was this and it does a 180.
Yeah.
Which we did with, which we did with this project, but you know.
I mean, we still delivered on what we initially said we wanted to do.
Yeah.
We ended up splitting it into two,
Minus
but like,
Ashlar.
but I don't think we ever. We didn't like change
Dude.
the system. You know.
No, we added. But
We
we
added-
pulled
we
we
added
pulled
things.
Hightown out. Like that was the
Yeah.
challenge. But
But
it'll
Hightown
get
is still
there.
coming. Whereas I
It's
get what
gonna
you're
be
saying.
better for it.
Was that?
It's gonna be even better for it. 'Cause
Yes.
It's like it's having more time.
We're
to
actually
read and
we're actually getting to
reflect.
fully do it.
Yeah.
Which is the main thing. Because like when we were looking at it, Hightown was kind of going to get shafted a little bit if we had
Yeah.
kept going. Because like most of our dev had been on Lowtown, and we were running out of we were out of sculpts, and Hightown was just not nearly as
Yeah.
fleshed out as Lowtown.
Yeah.
Like
And now it's like Aaron and Michelle are going to town, like giving it an identity,
Hightown.
figuring out going to Hightown.
yeah.
New paint scheme on Ashlar, like new accessories, new like we're figuring out it's like it's getting new life. It's kind of it's
Have you-
really it's gonna be awesome.
I don't want to say we finalized Ashlar paint at this point because
No, we got a new scheme.
yeah we're
got
still
another-
experimenting.
Paint scheme number 7. It's like
I think honestly us doing Lowtown gave us a lot of insight into
Yep.
what we should do with
Well, also
Hightown.
remembering to look at everything as a whole city, right?
Yes.
Like it's like, hey, how does it play with all of the other things that we have? If we do a whole lineup, what's that going to feel like and whatnot? So
Yeah.
it's going to be neat. And
Yes.
all this stuff, we'll have a lot of fun stuff afoot. We got a pledge manager to launch. Got a survey to get out to you guys so we can get your feedback. Also, we should probably do a sci-fi survey. The last one we did was years ago, and now we actually really know what we're doing. We should probably ask for some feedback on that. I love the feedback.
What would it do that we that we didn't get last time? Without
We can
showing
ask-
them what we're doing.
We can ask some more specific questions. We have a better idea of what we're doing now, so we could ask some more specific questions. Now that we know, we've kind of narrowed down where we're doing. So it's less about style. Like the previous one was a lot about sort of style, and this would be more about uses, like use cases. Like what are the things?
I could
you'd
see
be
that.
doing
We
with
could
it?
say, would you be likely to use terrain for, and then list a bunch of games and say select all that apply.
Yeah, and are you building? Are you building
Interior,
interiors
exterior,
or
or
exteriors?
both.
Yeah. What scale are your minis? What are you? I don't know. There's a lot of like,
Are
how
you
they'd be using it.
Are you looking at mixing sci-fi elements with existing terrain we already have? Are you looking at
Exactly. Is it going
doing
to be
separate?
self-contained? Exactly. Are you? How much do you care about special effects in your sci-fi versus just more pieces? How much do you care about whatever? I don't know. We can ask like, there can be some very pointed stuff. So
Yeah,
we'll
I can see that.
Yeah. So
I could definitely see that.
we will see. Anyway, lots of fun stuff afoot. We're gonna call it a night, I think, right? We'll be back next week. We're gonna do an extended Q&A episode. Extended. I mean, the whole thing will just be.
It's a
Us
call
talking
center. It's a
about-
support center.
Yeah.
It's a pledge
We need
manager hotline.
support.
That's assuming.
Emotional support.
I guess this
center.
is assuming that everything went right and there were no major accidents, and the
Yeah.
pledge manager is actually out and everybody's got their invites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can tune in for your questions. We can talk over if you have any questions you got about the pledge manager once you can actually see it. And I don't know. We'll go from there. It'll be fun. But thanks for hanging out. It's always a pleasure to have everybody here. Thanks for all the good ideas, all the good questions, all the good fun. You guys are absolutely the best. I really
Yeah.
appreciate you. Seriously.
We're almost there.
Are we? Where? Where are we going?
I mean, once the pledge manager goes up,
We're-
a ton of this is done.
It's true.
Like, a ton of the stuff
Yeah.
that we do here
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah. Then it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be time to start showing sci-fi and/or Hightown on the Anvil
just
soon.
wanna-
Yeah. I know. We just gotta get a little
The stuff
closer.
that's happening in sci-fi is so cool.
It's exciting.
All right.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Goodbye.
Ooh.